Hello, this is Spiritually Awakened Princess, and I'm doing a reading for Sagittarius in January 2018. Usually I have my cards all set out, but this time I'm not making 11 or 12-minute video. I'm making a video that is pretty much double the time. So that's my present to all the Sagittarius zodiac sign people and the other zodiac signs, since I'm so used to making videos on the go. So let's get started. Sagittarius, January 2018. 2018, Sagittarius, January 2018. Okay. So for the Sagittarians out there, the Four of Cups is upside down. So to me, the Four of Cups upside down is someone that is not so bored. Not so bored. So you might be at home, but at the same time, you're enjoying your time and you're not looking up at the sky or looking up at the ceiling, but you're trying to find things to do and you get that accomplished. So therefore, for example, some of you guys might watch TV, some of you guys might be like cooking, some of you guys are cherishing home life somehow, instead of just being completely bored of it. You're finally like finding things to do at home instead of going out so much. Sagittarius, January 2018. Here's a couple cards that came out. Okay. So I had to shuffle in. Let's see. Sagittarius, January 2018. Let's see. Here we go again. That has been the number one card. I'm kid you not. This is like, this has to be, let's see. It's been in like 10 other readings. 10 other readings that I've done. This card has came up. I kid you not. Oh, and I'm about to mess up the card too. So that means that this person, which is you, Prince of Pentacles, is like a slow and steady worker. It's someone that is well liked and also works well in a group. They are also organized, or like to be organized and make sure that everything is good perfection wise when it comes to work or just overall. Sometimes it carries on into your life as well. So this can also mean that you're not bored at work anymore for some of you. And others, it just means that you're not bored at home anymore and you're also doing well when it comes to work. Sagittarius, January 2018. So the Queen of Cups is upside down. So it's possible that you're dealing with somebody like this at work. let me show you. This person is like smothering you. That's a nice way of putting it. So it could be a boss of yours. It could be actually like a co-worker friend, or maybe even somebody that likes you at work. And they're kind of smothering you to the point where you're like, oh, well, thank you for the coffee, but I don't want you around me. You don't say that to them, but you're like, oh, thank you. Or it's like somebody that keeps coming around that wants to talk to you, but you don't want to talk to them. Or, like I said, it could be a boss that keeps or a supervisor that keeps on checking on you to see if you're doing the right thing, but yet they know that you're not breaking any rules at work. You're just doing your job. But yet they seem to hover over you as if it's like a mother trying to check to make sure that their son or daughter is not doing any wrongdoings. And that's what it reminds me at work for you guys. So if you know somebody like that at work, more than likely you probably should put it in the comments, because I'm pretty sure there's quite a few signs that are dealing with people like that. But in your case, Sagittarians, it came out for you. Sagittarius, January 2018. Sagittarius, January 2018. Even though this person is smothering you or bothering you, the Ace of Pentacles is here, the start of new money, the start of maybe even making more money. There could even be a possibility that you get a raise, kind of like an upgrade or some sort of bonus for some reason. Something starts for you that is going to flourish into you making more money. It could also be a business of sorts if you want to separate yourself from a job. But there's something of some sort of revenue that is starting for you. And for a lot of you, I feel like you want to be entrepreneurs at some point. And for some of you, you're actually accomplishing that. And that's the way you will make more money. But in this case, for most of you, it's very work related, even though somebody's watching your every move at work. Sagittarius, January 2018. Sagittarius, January 2018. Justice card. Now this could be taken in several directions with justice. So I feel like, especially for quite a few of you guys, you might even get some money from court. You might be going to court for some reason with the justice card here and getting a lump sum of money. Okay? It might be slow and steady for some of you guys, but it will get to the point where you're getting money. And the Queen of Cups almost reminds me of like a stalker of sorts. So for those that are dealing with stalkers and you might sue them or something like that and getting money from that court decision. Or you can take it back to work related, and some of you might work in the court. Or it's just going to end up to the point where you're civilized at work. You're going to be able to talk to more people at work than ever before. You're going to be able to, mingle with coworkers and everything will be fine because of policies that change within work to make it more of a, civilized place. Some of the laws might change within work so you're able to have open communication instead of continuously working all the time. And that's what leads me to the Four of Cups upside down, because you might be able to have a little more openness and a little more, like of a fun environment instead of just 24/7 serious. Even though, like I said, somebody's watching you. Even watching you when you're not noticing they're watching you. Sagittarius, January 2018. Sagittarius, 2018. Seven of Swords. Okay. And also Three of Swords. Three of Swords, it's like heartbreak. Sometimes a little bit of anxiety, but more like a worrisome heartbreak, heartache that has happened. So for a lot of you, you might be dealing with a divorce situation. And it's going to bring you heartache because you didn't expect it to happen. For other people, for others, it might be a situation that shifts the work situation to where you might have something to be worried about. And it might break your heart because the Seven of Swords is up here as well, which this person is stealing something, protecting or stealing. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be protecting your heart from being broken when it comes to going through this court situation here, okay? For all those that are going through a divorce. Now, for others that are just dealing with work matters, it looks like somebody might be accusing you in January of stealing something. You might not even know it. It might be just like behind your back. But the situation might subside. But at the same time, it's going to cause worry. It's going to cause like a little bit of heartbreak because somebody would stoop so low and think that you would steal something from work. And that might change your perspective of the workplace. Okay, I'm going to use some of the romance cards. Let's see what's going on here. Sagittarius, January 2018. Right next to the Three of Swords, it says getting to know each other. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. When it comes to work matters, this might take some, or you would have to convince someone that you're not the type of person to steal certain items from work. And that might lead to you getting to know this person or vice versa. And for those that are getting divorced or ending in some sort of heartbreak, or it might even be like a situation where someone's trying to take custody of a child as well. And it's better off to get to know even the person that you have been with for the longest time, because it's worth it to be civilized in anything, especially when children are involved. Now going back to the work situation here and the Queen of Cups upside down, maybe the supervisor or boss that might be watching you, co-worker, what have you. Make sure that you use some playfulness with them. Maybe even play around as if, you have that light around you, the funniness around you. Even if you want to, I wouldn't recommend doing this. But if you want to pretend that you're doing something wrong and the supervisor or manager is watching, that's another way of playfulness, because I know quite a few Sagittarius people that are playful already as it is. So therefore you should be playful with this upside down Queen of Cups person too. Kind of veer them into a different direction. And maybe they'll stop watching you as much and stop trying to be a creeper. Sagittarius, January 2018. Right next to the Ace of Pentacles, it says retreat. It's time for you to disconnect from the world. So when you're able to get some more money in the bank, being able to save a little bit more, then you should focus on going on a trip or going on a vacation, trying to keep yourself away from any negatives, especially what I see in the Three of Swords or the Seven of Swords. Trying to keep your mind sane in January. New year, new times, new memories. Being able to have some fun in the midst of an upsetting situation. Now the Seven of Swords and separation card is here as well. So for a lot of you, you might be separating from your partner, or you might be having a complete divorce for some of you. Okay? It might be a painful time for a lot of you, and that's why you need to be able to retreat. Being able to take a vacation after all this this court mess is over. Sagittarius, January 2018. Now, right at the bottom here, it says worth waiting for. Right here. So even though it says worth waiting for, the Four of Cups is upside down. And sometimes that's the waiting, as in, you're bored waiting on something to happen. But in the case of the Sagittarius, you're still having your fun. You're still finding ways to be happy and being able to have your time. Now, for example, the Queen of Cups could also be the partner you were dealing with, a possible water sign, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces for a lot of you. And you are separating from that person. Okay. And it's upside down Queen of Cups. So it's someone that was very smothering, probably extremely moody times 10, maybe even bipolar attributes. I wouldn't say psycho, but definitely like a bipolar personality. A little bit poisoning. And someone that thought they were using their intuition in a lot of things, but they were jumping to conclusions with anything that you were doing work-wise, anything that you were doing romantic-wise. They were jumping to way too many conclusions. Sagittarius, January 2018. It says, listen to your heart. I'll read it. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. So even though you're going through maybe even a court situation or just a breakup with a certain partner that has a water sign in their birth chart, or they are a water sign, then you just have to listen to what they have to say to you. It may not always be the best, especially when it comes to court matters. But you can at least have a civilized relationship with this person. It could be a nice friendship. It can end up that way. I tried to make this into work manners, but it's turning more into like a relationship reading now. Sagittarius, January 2018. And it says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the step or steps you're guiding to take. It's pretty late here, so I'm just like, oh, well, what does that say? But listen to your heart and also make the effort to mend whatever's going on. Even if you guys are not going to be together, at least make it to where communication can be reciprocated for some of you guys. Not all of you, but some. And just remember, you don't know what the future may hold. It might. I mean, in your case, you can always watch my readings every month to see what may happen. But for those that are single, you might end up meeting a Queen of Cups, or you might be dealing still with a Queen of Cups at your job. Upside down Queen of Cups. And they might be a coworker, a friend of sorts, a supervisor, a manager, boss, what have you, that's keeping a close eye on you. But at the same time, you're able to get, that nice raise that you're supposed to get. Or that nice, finally some sort of bonus. Something's going to go with your way with money. And the same maybe with some people that are going to court. More than likely divorce court. You might end up making money from that. Last card here for Sagittarius, January 2018. So this chapter in your life is coming into completion. So that means just end it on a wonderful note. For those people that are in a relationship or trying to get out of a relationship, end it on a friendly note, a happy note, a, moving on note, being able to separate yourself from negativity and just get to know each other in a different way. In a different way, just as friends, just as like, okay, we've been there, done that. Now it's just meant for us to take our separate directions and be happy with ourselves or someone else. Okay, and that's it for Sagittarius. I know that all the single people, they're probably like, oh, what happened to the reading? But it led into a different direction, as well as the universe card, because it's like the end of something and a completion of something. And for those that are single, there might be also a separation from you and the job you're at as well. Not all of you, but it definitely says it at the top, okay? Right above the Seven of Swords. Either that, or it could just be a separation from your possible supervisor or coworker. Might be like a different shift or just a different office space, what have you. So you might be separated from whoever the upside down Queen of Cups is, for those that are single. All right, Sagittarius, that's the end of the reading. Hope you subscribe, and I also hope that you have a wonderful 2018. Have a good day. Make sure to watch all my videos, and bye.